Hello, and welcome to this virtual science event titled, What is Physics? During these few days, we will explore what physics is, ranging from the smallest things we can see all the way to the very biggest. First, briefly about us. We are the University of Manchester Physics Outreach, or UMPO for short. We are a group of students studying physics at Manchester, and this weekend we wanted to talk to you about what physics is and why we all love it. Here's our team who you will be seeing this weekend. Erin, Annabella, Marina, Mary, Jamie, and me, Jasmin. So let's get back to our question. What is physics? You might have heard that physicists do a lot of maths and look at different things like stars and planets in space. Maybe you've already studied some physics at school. You might have heard of atoms and other particles, and maybe you even know some famous physicists, such as Albert Einstein. But did you know that physics is all around us, in everyday life, such as in magnets and electricity? Later today, you will see some examples of physics happening in normal homes. Physics is the study of the very big, such as stars and rockets, and of the very small, such as atoms and other particles. In the next 2 days, we will focus more on what both of these mean. Do you recognize this famous physicist who discovered gravity? Next, we will look at some famous physicists and their discoveries. We will also see some famous people who studied physics before becoming famous. So we are going to play a game of Guess Who, and we're going to describe some scientists and their discoveries. You can play along by pausing the video after the description and try to guess who we are describing. Are you ready? Let's play. Here are your first clues. This person was an English mathematician, physicist, and astronomer. He is famous for many discoveries. He laid the ground for the discovery that white light is a mixture of colors. He also wrote a book on motion and is famous for 3 laws carrying his name. It is thought that he sat under an apple tree, watching the apples fall before coming up with a theory on gravity. He is often said to have discovered gravity. Can you guess who it is? Pause the video now if you want to think a bit longer. And it's Isaac Newton. Are you ready for the next clues? Here they are. This person was a French-Polish physicist. They are still the only person to ever win a Nobel Prize in 2 sciences, physics in 1903 and chemistry in 1911. They coined the term radioactivity to describe their pioneering research into nuclear decay. They discovered 2 elements, polonium and radium. She was the first woman to ever win a Nobel Prize. Do you know who it is? Pause the video now if you need more time. And it's Marie Curie. Are you ready for the next clues? They were an American physicist and educator. They were the first African American person to receive a PhD from any American university. His doctoral thesis at Yale University focused on measuring the refractive indices, or bending of light, of various classes. Due to discrimination at the time, he was not allowed to teach at the university, but he went on to teach physics and chemistry for 26 years in Philadelphia's Institute of Colored Youth, which is now called the Cheney University of Pennsylvania. Do you know who he is? Pause the video now if you need more time to think. And it's Edward A. Bouchet. Here are your next set of clues. They are a Northern Irish astrophysicist. They discovered pulsars at the Jodrell Bank Observatory in Manchester. Pulsars are very small but heavy stars that rotate fast and emit beams of radiation that scientists can detect here on Earth. She's the former president of both the Royal Astronomical Society and the Institute of Physics. Although she made the initial discovery of pulsars, the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1974 was awarded to her supervisor. She has often commented on the controversy by saying, "I am not myself upset about it. After all, I'm in good company, am I not?" Did you guess who it is? Pause the video now if you need more time to think. And it's Jocelyn Bell Bonnell. Are you ready for the next clues? Here they are. They were an American mathematician. On May 5th, 1961, they calculated the trajectory for the Freedom 7 flight of Alan Shepard, the first American in space. She's noted for her historical role as one of the first African American women to work as a NASA scientist. She received the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2015 by President Obama and is cited as a pioneering example of African American women in STEM. You may have seen her story portrayed in the film Hidden Figures. Can you guess who it is? Press pause now if you need more time to think. It's Katherine Johnson. Are you ready for the next clues? Here they are. They were an Austrian physicist and philosopher. They were one of the first scientists to theorize the existence of atoms and molecules. They made important discoveries in kinetic theory, which explains the behavior of things in terms of the motion of its particles. He described the speeds of molecules in gases, with a distribution which partly carries his name. He is known to have suffered from mental illness and could have been diagnosed with bipolar disorder today. He is famous for his equation for entropy, or disorder, which is carved on his tombstone. The constant in this equation also carries his name and is used in physics throughout. Can you guess who it is? Pause now if you need more time. It's Ludwig Boltzmann. Here are your next clues. They were a Chinese-American experimental physicist. They contributed to the Manhattan Project during World War II, which produced the first nuclear weapons. Specifically, they separated uranium into two isotopes. She's best known for an experiment carrying her name, in which she proved that a property called parity is not conserved. That is, a clock built like its mirrored image does not behave like the mirrored image of the original clock. Her discoveries led her to win the first Wolf Prize in Physics in 1978, while her co-workers received the Nobel Prize in 1957. Can you guess who it is? Pause the video now if you want more time to think. It's Chien-Shiung Wu. Are you ready for the last clues? Here they are. They were a German mathematician. They have made landmark contributions to abstract algebra and theoretical physics. She came up with a theory carrying her name that connects symmetry and conservation laws. She has been called the most important woman in mathematics by none other than Albert Einstein. Do you know who it is? Pause now if you want more time. It's emit. Could you guess all of them? Hopefully there are some scientists you had never heard about and maybe you've learned some new names and discoveries. We also hope that you have a different idea of what a physicist may look like. We are all just normal people after all. Feel free to learn more about any of them after this video. Now we will see some more famous people who have studied physics and other sciences at university. Dara Ó Briain is an Irish comedian famous for hosting Mock the Week and others. He studied mathematics and theoretical physics at University College Dublin. Angela Merkel has been the Chancellor of Germany since 2005. That's 15 years. She studied physics at the Karl Marx University and obtained her doctorate in quantum chemistry. She has written multiple research papers. Lisa Kudrow is a famous actor from the TV show Friends. She received a Bachelor of Arts in Biology and worked with her father, who was a medical doctor. Brian May is the guitarist and co-founder of Queen, together with Roger Taylor and Freddie Mercury. May studied physics and mathematics at Imperial College London and has a doctorate in astrophysics. Mayim Bialik is an American actor known for her role of Amy in the sitcom Big Bang Theory, where she plays a neuroscientist. Bialik is a neuroscientist in real life as well. She got her doctorate in neuroscience from UCLA in 2007. You probably already know of these famous physicists who have become famous as science communicators. This is an important part of science, as it is important that everyone has access to the knowledge and recent discoveries. It can help people understand news better, and can even help voters and governments to make better decisions in politics. Stephen Hawking became known for overcoming the obstacles imposed by his diagnosis of ALS and for his book titled A Brief History of Time. It is a great book aimed at the general public. Hawking also made important discoveries in theoretical physics and is known for his work on black holes. Neil deGrasse Tyson is another famous science communicator and astrophysicist. Neil deGrasse Tyson is another famous science communicator and astrophysicist. He works as the director at the Hayden Planetarium in New York City. He has hosted multiple TV shows, such as a spin-off to Carl Sagan's Cosmos series. He also hosts a weekly podcast called Star Talk. Bill Nye, also known as Bill Nye the Science Guy, is an American science communicator, TV presenter, and mechanical engineer. He's best known for his TV show on PBS titled Bill Nye the Science Guy. He also has a show on Netflix called Bill Nye Saves the World. He also appears on Neil deGrasse Tyson's podcast and has many other appearances in popular media as a science educator. We are now coming to the end of our first event. Let's recap what we talked about today. We talked about how physics is a science that studies the very big and the very small things. We also learned that physics can be found at our own homes and is all around us. We saw how different physicists can look like and that they are all normal people just like you and me. We also learned that communicating science to everyone is a very important part of science. Are you ready to see a teaser of tomorrow's topic? Don't forget to watch the Physics at Home videos after this video. Tomorrow we will explore the physics of the very small. We will see what particles and atoms are, and how particles and zoos are related. We will see if particles can be strange or if they can have charm. Tune in tomorrow to find out more and learn how to make your own particle. Thank you so much for watching this, and we will see you tomorrow. Thank you.